Ah, GameStop. It's been a while since I've talked about you, but alas, we have some more dumb stuff that GameStop is supposedly doing. Uh, Everything I talk about in this video is alleged, of course, but you'll see how these claims are most likely true since there's a lot of proof on Twitter. Now you're probably thinking, Juby, what has GameStop done this time? So Nintendeal, this account that usually posts like deals and stuff on Twitter. So how many of y'all have received your new games from GameStop? As you can see, this is a quote-unquote new copy of Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD Remastered, but it is not an original box. This is just a generic GameStop box. It's not even like properly in there. I thought the game was crushed for a second because of this mark, but no, it's just a Switch game just lazily thrown in there for supposedly a new game. And then people added on in the comments showing further proof that GameStop is allegedly repackaging pre-owned games and selling them off as new, or taking out games from new boxes and keeping those and then just giving these certified pre-owned boxes. Because explain to me this, how do you have a new game but you can't have the box for it? If the game is new, why does it not have the box? Explain any of that to me, Batman. Like, GameStop just doesn't get a rack of discs and it's like, okay, here you go, here's the new games, but we're not gonna have any boxes for them. That doesn't happen. So you can see, got my new copy of Elden Ring 50 off right here. And as you can see, it says new $40, but certified pre-owned right there. Here's another example. Octopath Traveler claims that it's new, but it's in a pre-owned box. Oh, we got GameStop replying to this one. This one must be good. GameStop Horror Story. An employee sold my pre-order of Metroid Prime Remastered physical version to someone else, or pocketed it. When I went to the store, they called me a liar and said it had been over 48 hours. Took it to GameStop customer support and they didn't give a crap. Nothing to do with this, but we'll slightly go into GameStop employees also just not caring, because I have two things to talk about GameStop in this video. But as you can see, this isn't a universal problem. Usually if you go in the store, you can actually find the game boxes, but here we have some insight as to how this could be happening. I used to work there. It technically is a new copy of the game. They just took it out of the box so they could display the box out on the floor without the game. Since that was most likely their last copy, they took the unused game out of the drawer, put it in a box, and sold it to them. And then someone replies, technically it isn't new. It might be unplayed, but this is not new. This has happened to me before, and they use the same excuse every time. I'm aware of that, and I also think it's very misleading to their consumers. I'm just letting people know it really sucked having to abide by those rules. It feels like they don't care at all about their consumers sometimes. Display copies aren't new copies. I don't know why GameStop thinks they're special and can just open up a product because they did it. It can still pass it off as new. If I can't get a full refund on an open product, they shouldn't be selling them as new. Hence why I said, technically, I personally don't think they should sell them as new either. Or if they really insist on doing so, let the customer know beforehand before purchasing it. It is extremely misleading and creates return issues for whoever bought it for no reason. I completely agree. They should have three options. New, sealed in box. Like, just, they have not touched this game. Second option, really good or like excellent, but not in the sealed box. And then, of course, pre-owned slash like acceptable. I think that would help with people not getting angry at GameStop doing this. But I doubt that GameStop will do that. They'll just be like, sorry, you get what you get. Here's another employee vouching for what someone said earlier. Former GameStop employee here, it's actually extremely common for things like this. Sometimes we even have the cases, but we were forced to open new copies so we could display it on the floor and sell it as a new game. It's crappy, and pre-owns were even worse. Yep, here's a new copy of Star Wars. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier with display options as to what you're getting. Scavenging through the replies, and I'm glad I'm not the only one who received open games as new. My local GameStop manager said, the games are new, but it was probably the last one, so use the display case. Sell it as open box, please. That's a great way. New, open box, pre-owned. I think that would solve any sort of confusion, and you'd have less upset customers over all of this. Because if you go in store, you can see if it has the box or not. But online, you're kind of SOL. It's you get what you get, and then you're gonna have to either go to GameStop and be like, hey, I want a different box, and see if they even let you, or you're gonna have to find like a case on eBay or something if you really want it. Now, you could just be like, oh, Juby, the way to go around this is just get digital games. Who buys physical games anymore? And sure, you could have that argument, and oh, it's not a big deal, it's just a box. Yeah, that's true, but it's important to some people. Like, if you're a video game collector, I doubt you want it in a pre-owned case. And you also got to keep in mind that there's no way to prove that these are new games if you're getting these in these pre-owned boxes. What's to say that they aren't pre-owned games that they're just claiming new? And they're just upcharging it, because new games are more expensive than pre-owned on GameStop, typically. Sometimes it's not the case, but most games on GameStop are cheaper when they're pre-owned. So I'm not accusing GameStop of saying they're upcharging pre-owned games so you can get more money calling them new, but what's really stopping them from doing that is what I'm saying. I bought a new game from them and they sent me an open game with all the good stuff. Sticker residue, dents, scratches galore. GameStop is so lovely. Here's something that's a little bit related, a little bit unrelated, but I thought I'd add this in here anyway. Anyone else having trouble returning online GameStop orders at retail locations this week? Game showed up damaged and the clerk wouldn't take the return or didn't know how to. Then he ignored me until I left. So as you can see, it is pretty damaged here, and that's happened to me before. I've gotten boxes damaged, but that's mostly Amazon that's done that. Some helpful replies led me to figure some things out. You need to use the GameStop app, select the items to return, and then print out a return slip to take it into GameStop's location. It says you can also just show them the email. I hope this helps for some people. So it's definitely very inconvenient to return games to GameStop if they are damaged, it seems. I've never had to return anything that was damaged to GameStop, but do let me know in the comments if you have experienced either this or what we talked about before, where you ordered a new game and it was just in a sticker residued pre-owned box and it wasn't what you were expecting. I would say I don't think I've had it where I've ordered a new game from GameStop and that's happened, but anytime I order like a pre-owned game from GameStop in the past, it's always like in the most broken pre-owned case I've ever seen, and it's not even functional. It just disintegrates into my hands. But let me know your experiences with GameStop down below. I'd love to read every single comment. And if you did like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to see more gaming videos, I do them all the time here. I also do anime related videos. So hit that subscribe button to see more of those. I'll see you for the next video. Thank you for watching.